Hello everyone, in the third part of making the absolute tower, I'm going to show you the final results or final video for this series and how we get the final result of it. Last time we stopped in this condition and I just was just connecting this and I get this result, and that's happened. It doesn't create a continuous tower, and that's because the way the list has been organized based on those each 8 and each 10, which is based on whatever we have a sub list, or those list 8 members, it just became as a sub list. As you can see, the way Revit created the geometry, or Dynamo and Revit created the geometry of the solid here based on each group. Each list is become here a sub list, and Revit just generate the solid for those, not for the overall list. And probably you can just flatten this thing, and that will solve, because in the flatten it just reorganize the way that each component of the major list has been distributed and created one continuous list that contain all the members without the nesting here. Anyway, so if you intend to go ahead and make this based on the old method, this is your friend. You need to export that to the conceptual mask. Follow the previous video that I have to show you how to do these steps, and then from the conceptual mask you can send it to the Revit project environment, start slicing and cutting it. Anyway, this video is not to show and use this method, and instead I'm going to send directly from the Dynamo to the conceptual to the project environment in Revit. So this dude is the list overall. This list is just different in way of their having subgrouping, so technically we don't need this anymore. So I'm just gonna hide it, and the same thing we need to do is to get this also offed, because before we go ahead and start copying this to make the balconies. So I'm just save this as part 3, so I will hit save. I highly advise you to do this exercise with a backup copy and keep saving each time, because a slight mistake in here might cause into a really long time and unresponse out of Dynamo side, and you're gonna lose everything you've done. So I really advise you to to zoom in before you copy, to make a save each step you do. Anywho, so the entire thing is being copied, as you can see, and the reason behind that is just want to make the balconies. So if you remember from the previous video, it's the same height, same level, same amount, same everything, except that I added for the small axis a 3 meter here, and for the big axis 6, making it 33 by 48.5 to get this result. As you can see, the copies for the balconies, the outer areas, is just the same center, same level, but it's different in the x-axis and y-axis of the ellipse. Anyway, those are what we're looking for, as you can see. And again, you can send those 2 ellipses. You can combine those ellipses to create 2 solids and send them to the conceptual mask if you like. In this example, I will just go ahead and use the external one, which is those guys, to create directly a floors here in Revit. So I'm going to create or generate immediate Revit elements from Dynamo. So let's do that. It's just to go with a floor by point those 2 things here. I'm going to add them both. Let me see which is which. This guy is accepting curve, while this guy accept polyline. I think I'm going to go with the curvy one. Sorry, with the polyline one, this one, polycurve, sorry. Anyway, let me see which to use. I don't know even myself. Now, let's go ahead and read what they want. They want level, they want floor type. That's really sense. So just go floor type, this dude here, and come on. And this dude will give you the available floor types that you have in the default template of the Revit file. Lurking here and behind, I'm going to go 150 generic. Just connect those guys as the floor types. Now we need levels, and we don't have, again, those are not levels, those are floor plan and levels. So if I'm going to go to the east elevation, there is none, as by the meaning of levels, I mean. And careful, because you know those 1 or 2 as a sequence has already been taken, so we're going to start from 3, 4, and so on. Just don't get confused. Anyway, so what we have, you know, if you remember the elevations. So can we do that? Yes, of course. We're going to go level by elevations, and that's what we need, this dude here. And those two, this guy just need, just going to generate for us the levels that we need based on the elevations. So where we find the elevation is the first step we've done in the previous video, which is this guy. Remember, have 0, 6, 12. Those are the elevation of each levels, which represented here by point, and immediately you're gonna see the lovely Revit magically does the whole thing, starting from 3 and 4 and 5, because those names are already taken. And again, don't get confused, those are not plans. You're not going to see them here yet. You can go ahead to view and create them, but rather you create the levels you need for the whole tower, as you can see. Now back to Dynamo. Come on, baby, let's see what we have in here. Now we have the levels done, we have the floor types. Now we need to, you know, do and run the outline curves. So if you connect, I'm gonna save again. Getting scared out of Dynamo go crazy, and you know, so those guys are the outer ones. So I'm going to collect those. Don't forget they are ellipse. If I connect those directly to the curve, they will not work, of course. They will complain that they are joined, blah blah blah, wired, anyway. And if I tried that here, nothing indeed. So what I'm going to do is, it doesn't accept it as a curve, doesn't accept it as a polycurve either, neither. So probably that might goes for, you know, maybe they are, because you know all of them is locking or created by different way of organizing this. I can try something here. Probably if I go list dot get item here, let me try to rechange the list. Probably making the way it's been organized, as you know, the slab will goes vertically to combine all those polylines. Probably we need to just separate them. So if I go from 0 to 1, create a range here, and I feed this flat. Let me try that. I never tried that in the original video that I made before in the preparation of those in this series. What if this happened? Let's see. This might solve it. I should have changed the automatic, by the way, into the thing, into manual, I think. I'll do that, by the way. So if I run that, still giving me the errors. What if I just connect it to this guy? Let's run that again. So no, it's obviously they don't accept the way it's been generated anyway. And I go to 3D. You notice that Revit is getting slower each time we go ahead and work, and that's normal. Expect even going even slower than that, with a lots of possibilities of it crashes. So try to drive carefully here. Anyway, so both are not, you know, going okay, not with the ellipse element, neither with the way they are organized. So both reason to those to crash. I try to you know understand if, you know, try them both, because this dude will create, you know, oh no, wait. Those should be at level 1. Wait, maybe again, can I run that? Yeah, that's better. Wishing this is, yep, that makes sense. That's what I wanted to make. It's one ellipse, one null. Separate those into a nested list. What's happening in here? Same, both nulls. So this was really no, this was more, you know, logical to accept it, the upper one anyway. So both cases no. So what I'm going to do, if it's obviously rejecting here, it isn't rejecting the way the list has been organized, but the problem with the ellipse itself. So we can fix that. I'm going to get the curve by point at parameter. So I'm going to draw my own polygon based on those guys. Easier and less pain. So that's the curve. And I'll go from 0 from the beginning to the end, and using that you can use bigger number. We're going to get like more polygon edgy, and I'm going to connect those like this. So those will generate, of course, a point on those ellipses, but the problem, it's not gonna, you know, it's gonna create a point on the first one and the second on the second one and so on. So you probably know that we have to go lacing and then cross product. That's better. You see that we have a point on each one of those. So technically we don't need the ellipse anymore, so bye bye. Now we have those points, so we need a polygon, and those polygon is just polygon without a, my bad, it's just ByPoint. Now we have this dude here, beautiful. So now we get the polygon. Now I'm gonna send this to the list of this guy. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that here. Okay, now this one. Run. Let's see if it's work. So technically I draw a polygon on those points, so I get rid of the ellipse. Probably those are not really happy dealing with ellipse, maybe because it's closed geometry or the way the curvature will be generated. So I give it a simpler type of curve. I give it a polygon, and as you can see here, I get the points, and voila, I get the slabs. That's what I want. Shaded shadow, you see. I love Dynamo. Now we get our slabs immediately without getting the headache to slice it, send it, sorry, conceptual massing, and then send it to Revit project, slicing it, picking the type, all that annoying thing. That's the love and that's the power of this method. And now this dude is, we don't need it anymore, you know. So we're going to depend on that guy, and you see there's an error messages because the way I told you that I created, this is successful, this is failure. I really reorganized the whole thing to avoid Dynamo to think that it's going to make slab between those, you know, but instead going to make the slab here around those points. So that might be a good trick to go around the problems that you face. That's you can combine all those guys and make them as one thing, one group. Control G. You can make or call it slab maker, I don't know, whatever you want. Now the slab we have, save, you know, really important to save. So now we need to make the, you know, the parapet around those. So what we need is to make wall, of course. So I'm gonna have wall. Let's say by curve and height. Yeah, probably curve. Yeah, curve and height. Curve and levels. Oh god, I don't know. So yeah, curve, height, level. What's this dude will do? So curve, height, level, wall type. That sounds really enough. So I'm gonna have this guy. Again, reverse engineering it. Level. Yep, that's our level right here on each level, on each slab, preventing people from falling. So wall, that's okay. We can go wall type. Come on, don't crash. That's the wall type. Again, pick generic. I know in the origin it's a fully glazed. If you want to go ahead and go pick storefront, I did that and it's crashed like 50 times my laptop again. So I'm gonna go really basic, picking something like a generic 300 mil, or I don't know, generic 140, 200, whatever you want. Those dudes here, the heights is, I don't know, it looks like high, really high. So I'm gonna go 2 meter probably. Let's have a look at the pictures and you decide yourself. You can make a slider here for the height. Now the spooky thing, the curves. Now I'm gonna save again. If I get the curve immediately from the, from the polygons, this one. Okay, this dude here, that's got the polygons that we are really in need to. If I connect this straight to it, probably it will crush and burn. I tried that before and it really went really bad. It doesn't work. So what I've done, I add the geometry dot explode. I don't know, just explode. Which one? No idea. No. It's sound yes. So this dude, because you need to make those closed geometry that you're gonna bring from here as as a separated segment, so the wall will work on it. And yep, that's another scary thing. It might take again for like a couple of minutes to do that. And probably the last part, which is making the inside walls, probably I will pause it and then come back to you after it finished. It took like a 1 hour, a full 1 hour to a full 1 hour to do the thing, to generate both the slabs, the parapet and the inside walls. I wish it won't die again with this not responding. Yep, come on, come on, come on, come on. It started to generate in Revit, so it's working properly, I guess. Yep, lovely. See, 56 or 57, parapet and slab generated automatically. Stop using manuals anymore. Dynamo is really beauty. You see the tower now? That's the beauty I'm talking about. See? Sorry, but my machine is really bad. It can't make the move and the thing. And that's, I tried to make those. Try to make those as a storefront glazing. Would be really beautiful if you have a real machine, not like my one. Enjoy, of course. But for me, I'm gonna go full solid to get rid of the headache. So that's the parapet maker. Again, the fear, I'm just keep saving. So Control G, and I'm gonna call that, come on. Now this dude, the last part is just, it's basically the same. So you're gonna take this dude here down, a copy of the group itself as such. I'm gonna make it the main wall maker. That's the wall maker. So what we have instead, that need a polygon, right? Those are the polygons. So instead we need to take this list and repeat this part, okay? So I'm gonna do that. I'm too lazy to explode that. Again, it's get item. I'm just gonna do that quickly, and it's from 0 to 1 to 0.1. 0.125. I don't know what I've done. Too much point. That's the index. Come on. Those are, as you see, the inner ellipse. So this is for the walls, for the main mass. Again, it's glazing, so I'm sadly making it conceptual mass, otherwise it's really beautiful. Now we get nothing because I didn't run that. I'm even scared to run that again. So those are the, you know, these dudes in the polygon. It's a ByPoint again. This dude here. Now we get our polygons, and probably those are the polygons. I'm not gonna, yeah, I don't need that, so just that's it. Give this to this dude here. So I'm gonna take the polygons, inner one, and explode them and then create that. The thing is, it's 6 meters minus the thickness of the slab. How much the thickness of the slab? 150. So 6 minus 150, it should be 5.85, I think. You can make that a parametric depending on what you have there, minus the 6. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that, too lazy. So the wall, I'm gonna keep it 200 mil. I'm gonna save, and definitely I'm gonna hit run and then pause, because I don't know how long it's gonna take, or even if it's gonna work without crashes. I saved, so run, and I wish it's gonna, you know, take like a couple of seconds before it's run. The error back to me. What happened, dude? So all those guys correctly, ellipses. Okay, what I've done, oops. My bad. I forgot the curves, right, guys? No one tell me. Okay, so we need to curve them. Let's do get item add no-go. I made a mess. What I need is curve board point, not the index. Sorry, guys. That's what I wanted. Those are the parameter. This dude here. Sorry, guys. Again, so we have now points at each one of them. Now we need Uncle Polygon to generate it for us. Oops, save, and then, you know, hit run, and you know, I think we need to pause now if there is no crashes happen. Come on, again, those points are elliptical, so should make a cross product. Run again. I should have saved. I didn't. Now I'm sad. Well, good. It's going into a comma, so it's look like it is working, guys. So probably we need to save. We need to pause. Now back to you. It didn't take too long. That's really make me happy, and you can see how heavy it is. You can see that the wall here actually walls, and that's the slab, and that's the parapet. Everything sound perfectly nice, and I'm really scared to zoom out. Each time I zoom out, it gets really. Those bluish thing is happening just because, you know, there's too much point. As you can see. So probably you need to get back to Dynamo. It's working perfectly, of course. We need to go to the point by curve and then cancel their preview, and the polygon also. that's it, I think. Here, wait, not even this one. Exploded geometry also have to be off. I'm gonna save. And so what I need is to keep the Revit elements only. I don't need to see Dynamo elements, temporary elements overlapping with me, giving me this headache. All those guys have to be bye-bye. So I think that's better. You see there's no points. Anyway guys, that's it. I think that this tower is completed, as you can see. The lagging happening here again, as I said, due to the fact that it's really detailed, and the VGA here, I think it cannot tolerate to show all these details at once. You can see the lagging when each time I push zoom in this Dynamo node. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching me, and I wish that you find this video useful. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.